Welcome back to the Value Add with me, Alex Pierce. One of the big questions I get when I do demos of Copilot for PowerPoint is how do I get it in my company's branding? I want to be able to have the slides that have automatically been created in my company branding. How can I do that? Is there a prompt I can do? Is there some setting that I can make? And in this video, I'm going to show you how. So let's get started. As you can see here, I've asked Copilot to go off and create me a presentation based on the Roman Empire, something I often do. And I also always get different variations around how this actual presentation looks like. Sometimes it's 4 slides. As you can see here, I've actually got 15. This is the most I've ever had from the return of it. So as you can see, this is just finishing off. But let's have a quick look so I can show you the slides and how we're going to actually modify this so you can have your company branding within it. So let me just switch over here. So as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of slides that have been created, the rise of the empire, foundations, and this is just created. It's in all kind of black and white with images that it's pulled from. I'm going to guess it's the internet. If I just look at some of the details it's pulling from, yeah, it's pulling web content. So you can see here that, you know what, it's got some really good stuff, really good information. You know what, this might be great for studying a bit further, maybe helping from schools for lesson plans, whatever it may well be. We've got a good thing here. Now, to get your branding in here, it's about slide masters. It's all about slide masters. Every time you create a new PowerPoint presentation, it creates a slide master that you can go off and edit. You edit the background in that slide master, it edits it in all the different backgrounds that are pulling from that master slide deck. So let me just show you this briefly. So if I go up to view and I've got slide master here, this is that master set of slides that sit in the background. Now that content's disappeared, but you can see, okay, this is the master slide deck that it's created for me based on that pull from PowerPoint. And that Copilot's created. Well, I don't want that. I want my company branding as part of this. And what I've actually got a couple of different PowerPoints that I've got from create.microsoft.com. This is somewhere where you can go off and get all sorts of templates from Microsoft, from Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So let me just show you these. As you can see here, I've got a bunch of just blank templates. This is exactly what I've downloaded from the Microsoft website. You can see that things are a little different from those different slides. So you can see here that it's a bit of a design. We've got some big images on the page. I actually quite like some of these. If I jump into this one for LGBTQ Pride Month, you can see a whole bunch of slides that Microsoft have given us as a bit of a template. We're going to look at the slide master. It's slightly different for this. And I've also got one here just to give you something completely different. And I'm going to use a demo and a little bit of an example within this one. So as you can kind of see, lots of slides, lots of content, different images. But if I try and go into this slide, for example, I can't click on this red bit of imaging across the bottom. That's because it's within that slide master. So if I go to view, go to slide master, you can see actually now here's the image and I can start to moving it around. And if I close that slide master, you can see that it's now changed it on that slide. And do we have any other slides that are pulled from exactly the same master? Not quite. But if you pick the right one, you can change it on all those different ones. And if I don't want that, I can go back and it's changed it for the back as it should do that undo within the slide master as well. So it's all about this slide master. So how do I get my company slide master into here? Well, I can copy and paste it in and we can take advantage of this slide master. Now, what I've done is I've taken each of these actual files, these slide masters, and made it into a proper template file. So if I just bring this up here, you can see that I've got master template. Now, this is a PPTO file or PPOX file, sorry. And you can see I've got a blank slide. That's the first thing that I've got here because like most presentations, it starts off with no content in here. And if I go to view and I go to slide master, you can see that, okay, so I've got this brown looking one. I've got the slide master for the LGBTQ one, and I've also got this one that I was doing the demo on and the changes on slightly. So I've actually got 3 sets of slide masters in here. So let's close this out. Let's just say I've got a title. So I'm going to say Roman Empire, a short story of the empire. And so I've got kind of text, I've got some description of this slide. Now, if I right click on the slide and I go to layout, you will see that it pulls out all those different templates that we've got from those slide masters. So if I click on the title slide now for this other theme, you can see that it keeps the text and it keeps the images. Now I've got Designer to come out to give me some other options, and that's some of the clever stuff that we get with PowerPoint Designer. I'm not interested in that. I need to keep with my company branding and whatever has been dictated within that slide master. But I can go and switch it, and we'll go to that theme from the LGBTQ side of things. Now, you know what? This one doesn't quite work for me. It doesn't work as well because of the way that this slide master has been designed. So I was happy with this kind of purpley red one. So there we go. We go off and do it. Now, let's get Copilot to go off and build out a presentation again on the Roman Empire. So create a presentation about the Roman Empire, and we'll send off that to be created. So I'm going to run this in live speed. Earlier on I did forward that through, but as you say, almost there. We got 15 slides last time. Let's see what we're going to get this time. It's just finishing off, and you can see now that all of my slides, as you see here, are actually coming through with the slide master and the slide template. Now, this time I've only got 6 slides. I have got my web content. So it's interesting that Copilot gives us something a bit different every time. But I can now right click this slide and go, you know what, that layout's not quite for me. I'm not quite happy with that one. Let's go with this one. So I've got that, and I can have my chart in or whatever I may well need to be able to go off and do. Or let's pick one from one of the other layouts that we've got here where we can see the image that can get added. Doesn't quite work for me. So you can see the importance of the designs and that layouts that we need to do to be able to support those images going around. I'm going to pick this one, and you can see actually this slide is completely transformed now. It's taking that image and making it a full screen. So hopefully you've got a little bit of learning around what you need to do to get your company branding into your PowerPoint presentations, and using Copilot to be able to go off and do that. Now, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to get that template to users. Now, you could share a PowerPoint template file, so every time they click on it, it opens it all up. Or you can take advantage of some of the SharePoint settings where you can upload your Word, your Excel, your PowerPoint files, templates, and when you go off and you create a new file, it always pulls from that template. So all you have to do is keep up to date with that template file, and I'll put a link in the description around the settings that you need to be able to go off to go and deliver this in your SharePoint Online environment to ensure that when you create a new PowerPoint, it always comes up with the slide masters, the templates that you want it to be able to go off and do. Now, if you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate that like and that subscribe. But until I see you again on the value add, I hope you have a great time. See you soon.